You're an artist. She's part of our history. Part of the history.
Hey, Brian, it's over. So we're backing out.
Things that would have an impact on 6.7 billion people. Explaining how the first one
public domain.
exploits the third.
Information should be free.
Things that would have an
Because
impact
it's
on
public
6.7
data.
billion
It belongs in
people.
the public domain.
Your Honor, I wrote this statement in the confinement facility. I enlisted with the hope of obtaining both real-world experience and earning benefits under the GI Bill for college opportunities. I believed, and still believe, that these are some of the most significant documents of our time. I felt that we were risking so much for people that seemed unwilling to cooperate with us, leading to frustration and anger on both sides. I began to become depressed with the situation we find ourselves in, increasingly mired year after year. I believe that if the general public, especially the American public, had access to the information, this could spark a domestic debate on the role of the military and foreign policy in general as it related to Iraq and Afghanistan. I wanted the American public to know that not everyone in Iraq and Afghanistan are targets that needed to be neutralized, but rather people who are struggling to live in the pressure cooker environment of what we call asymmetric warfare. No one associated with the WikiLeaks organization pressured me into giving information. The decisions that I made to send documents and information to the WikiLeaks organization were my own decisions, and I take full responsibility for my actions.
On Friday, July 26th, the defense gave its closing argument in the case of Bradley Manning inside a windowless, airless military courtroom at Fort Meade in Maryland, which is the home of the NSA, the National Security Agency. A very strange place to be. Since July 3rd, Bradley has been on trial for his life, really, in espionage charges that the U.S. has placed against him of aiding the enemy for giving information in 2010. So this has been one lie after another from the government, attempting to make the case that Bradley was working for WikiLeaks in the military, trying to get certain information at their request, which they could then post on the internet, and it would be available to the enemy, which includes Al-Qaeda in their listings, but in fact means that any journalist posting anything on the internet or anywhere else under the arguments of the U.S. government could be charged with aiding the enemy. So we heard yesterday, finally, the defense wrap all this up and show what motivated Bradley Manning in more than 3 years ago, the whole time during which he's been in prison, a lot of that time tortured and kept in solitary confinement, that what motivated Bradley was concern for humanity, that when he saw things the U.S. was doing that he had access to see because he was an intelligence analyst in Baghdad for the U.S. military. He was so he thought people, the public especially, people in this country should know about it. And David Coombs walked through the famous collateral murder video that is of an Apache helicopter attack in 2007 in Baghdad, which killed 12 Iraqi civilians, including 2 journalists working for Reuters in the US. And it was that actually the government went after very hard, saying that this amounted to a propaganda video for the enemy to use. And we have to ask, out of all this, it took Bradley Manning risking his life and his freedom, because he could have been charged with something that carries the death penalty. The government could be trying to literally kill him instead of him away for life, because Bradley made this available. The whole world got to see something the U.S. did, a certifiable war crime where the people who carried it out should have been charged and imprisoned, or at least investigated. And Bradley Manning here is facing very serious charges. So this is an incredible self-exposure on the part of the U.S. government itself. And we are now going into a period of waiting for the judge, the military judge and a military court, to decide what of the 21 charges Bradley Manning is going to be found guilty of. And then there will be arguments over the length of his sentence. So we're here today on an international day where people around the world are calling for the freeing of Bradley Manning, to stand in solidarity with Bradley and other whistleblowers like Edward Snowden, and people all over the world who care about justice and who oppose U.S. war crimes.
We've gotta stop them, where are our rights? Gotta stop sleeping, stand up and fight. Are we really at our best? We're the best and bravest hidden on list. 1, 2, 3. When the ones who tell the truth are the ones who sit in jail. We don't have democracy, it seems our system failed. We gotta fight with all our might together, you and me. Let us thank Bradley Manning, let us set him free. We gotta stop them, where are our rights? Gotta stop, stand up and fight. Raise your voices, raise a fuss, 'cause Bradley Manning speaks for all of us. Okay, we got another one. Another song. Right? Sacred.
I always feel like
this goes to My Country Is a Thee.
To the tune of My Country
Is a Thee. That's by Kurt.
Or anybody else.
it's a puppet.
They're all upside down. God. Who wants to sing another song? Just like country. Would you like one?
Have one?
Okay. Yeah, I guess My country isn't free. We've lost democracy. We protest now. Lynn Stewart serving time. Don't no one know. He's dying with every rhyme. We protest now. Julian Assange was right. He brought secret files to light for that he's banned. And Bradley Manning's fate, if helping circulate his government's debate, put him on trial. Now Edward Snowden's next. He spread more secret text. What will they do? My country isn't free. Where is our liberty? We must have to you and me. We get it back. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. Ain't gonna let this system turn me round. Turn me round. Turn me round. Ain't gonna let this system turn me round. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking. Gotta set Bradley free. Ain't gonna let this system turn me round. We gotta keep on walking, keep on talking. We gotta set Bradley free. Okay, thank you all.
I do admire him so. His intent was not treason. His intent was not traitorous. His intent was just to show some of the horrors that this administration has been perpetuating. And they're trying to classify him as all kinds of, he is not. He just wanted us to know some of the truth.
Obviously, they support Bradley Manning. We all support Julian Assange and Edward Snowden. So I'm running on an anti-war, pro-people ticket. I should remind you that without the Bradley Mannings and without the Smedley Butler, who's the only two-time Medal of Honor winner in the entire U.S. military, who quit after he was approached by a Wall Street lawyer to stage a coup against Roosevelt in the 1930s, okay? So, for those people who feel that we don't need these guys, these honorable heroes of America, Bradley Manning will be included, I am sure. I remind you of Operation Northwoods. You look on your thingamajigs, and you will see Operation Northwoods was a plot by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, all 5 of them, in 1962, to blow up an American airliner, plant bombs in American cities, blame it on Castro. Operation Northwoods. And guess who vetoed the plan in 1962? JFK. And guess what happened to JFK the following year? Enough said on this issue, okay? This is what we're up against. We're up against a government, a military, which is trying to rule the world. 96% of all military bases on this planet are U.S. More money is spent on the military by the Washington government than all militaries in the world combined. So this is very important. People like Bradley, who expose schemes like Operation Northwoods. People like Assange do the same. And, of course, Mr. Snowden. What we're doing is trying to take over the world. Those military bases prove it, number one. Number two, the reason why in New York City we have the most unequal class system in the industrial world of any industry, okay? Inequality in New York is now greater than it has been since the 19th century. In 1978, the top 1% owned 8% of the assets of the city. By 2011, it was 45%. We don't have money for schools. They're closing down schools. They're closing down hospitals. I marched across on Wednesday. We're closing down Long Island Hospital. They're closing down everything that is connected to the public. They're privatizing it and they're militarizing this society. So this is the story of what is happening today. We're going in the wrong direction, and Bradley Manning is pointing the. I'm running for mayor. When the rest of it, when this sick, perverted charade that the Democratic Party is conducting is over with, I'll be on the ballot. So will Julia Willebrand for controller, James Lane for public advocate, and 10 other city council people in this city. New York City is my living room, my laboratory, my life, and I'm not going to let it be abused, using us, militarizing us, and speaking in the name of the United States in a way that creates abuse against us in the rest of the world, because we are abusing the rest of the world in the way our foreign policy is being conducted. Right. Thank you very much. All right.
Mike, check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
We would like to march for Bradley.
We would like to march for Bradley.
From here to Columbus Circle.
From here to Columbus Circle.
So if you'd like to join us.
So if you'd like to join us.
We're going to set that up in a few minutes.
We're going to set that up in a few minutes.
This is informal.
This is informal.
Just going to take a nice walk with our sides.
Just going to take a nice walk with our sides.
Okay, thanks. We are having this rally today.
Because Bradley Manning is a whistleblower.
Because Bradley Manning is a whistleblower.
He's been in prison for over 3 years.
He's been in prison for over 3 years.
And yesterday, the defense of Bradley Manning just finished their closing arguments. He's facing 156 years.
156 years.
And he's also being charged with aiding the enemy, which has life in prison without parole. It is a capital offense. But we the people know better. He has exposed war crimes in Afghanistan and Iraq. Corruption in Haiti and elsewhere in the world. We are supporting Bradley Manning. Yesterday, we marched down in front of General Buchanan's office. He's the general convening authority. And he has the ability to nullify all of the sentences of Manning. This event here in New York City is one of 3 dozen events worldwide. We're going to march down to Columbus Circle to join other Bradley Manning supporters. For you to join us. We would love for you to join us. Under this banner. Free Bradley Manning. 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 Free Bradley Manning.